Hey, Mike with D2D Millionaire here. And do you struggle with making the sale when someone says they do their own pest control or they just want to do it themselves? Well, today's video just want to go through a couple tips you can use to sell more pest control when someone wants to just do it themselves or take care of it on their own. So, one thing that you want to do to start off with is basically just compliment them or give them admiration to the effect that, hey, that's a great idea that you are understanding that there is a need for pest control, that you do understand that you should be taking action to help prevent pests in your home, that, good job. But at the same time, don't be so over the top with this. It's just going to just be a quick statement of like, hey, that's awesome that you understand the value of pest control. That's why we're here today. The end. Where a lot of people, they spend way too much time emphasizing, it's such a great job that you're doing pest control on your own. I see you're doing, granulars on the ant hills. That's awesome. They just spend too much time on it. And if you do that, it gives the prospect the idea of, well, if I'm doing such a great job, why am I going to need your product and services? Why do I need you to help me if I'm, doing such a great job doing it on my own? So again, just acknowledge basically that they're doing it and that's a good idea and they should keep doing it, but leave it at that. So again, that's the first thing you want to do. With that, your kind of follow-up question should be something along the lines where you're finding out more information and basically what kind of insects they're treating for. So you could directly ask them that, saying, hey, I see that you're doing some pest control on your own. That's great. I can appreciate that. You should keep that up. What kind of insects are you treating for? Or another way you can do it more of an assumptive statement based on some activity that you might have seen in the neighborhood already. So, hey, I'm assuming that you're treating for ants right now. We've been seeing a lot of issues, in the neighborhood with people having ants. Is that what's going on? Something to that effect, where you kind of give them, hey, is this what you're treating for? And again, if they're either going to say, yes, that is what I'm treating for, or they're going to say, no, I have this issue. And it's kind of a win either way, because then you have more details on how you can help them. And your pitch overall to someone that wants to do it themselves should really just be that you're going to supplement what they're already doing. You don't want to make them feel inferior, make them feel stupid that, hey, you're just wasting all this money doing this on your own. Just want to talk about kind of how you can additionally benefit what they're already doing, because if you attack them very directly, puts them on the defensive, and they're not going to want to sign up for your products and services. They're going to be like, well, they're going to have to justify how they're right, and again, they're not going to get started on your program. So give them the idea that, hey, that's great that you're doing it. Congratulate them on that, and see what kind of issues they're having, and then lead them into what's really going to make the difference. So, you complement the similarities of what your services do to what they're already doing, but then you really want to emphasize the differences. And there's a couple big differences that you can run into. So one of them is you really have the opportunity to vary your products. So let's say the issue's not going away, you can switch up to other different treatments that your company has, where if somebody's just doing it on their own, doing it by themselves, they're not going to have a whole lot of options. It's just kind of what they can find at the store. And another thing as well is, like, if they're not getting the results when you do that, you have the opportunity to use products that you need licenses for. So they're probably a lot stronger. They're going to be a lot more effective than just the over-the-counter stuff that people can buy at the hardware store or whatnot. So again, explain that difference to them. You can also explain the idea of residuals, where a lot of times these products that they're buying over the counter aren't going to really cover for a long-term span, or maybe they're going to get washed away in the rain, where your product has more of a durability against that. And again, it's just more of a residual effect versus just one and done when they use it. So you can explain that to them as well. And a lot of companies, your company may have this, it may not, but a lot of them have a service guarantee, where again, it's like, if you set up a long-term service agreement, if there's a lot of activity in between, some companies will come out and then treat that free of charge or at a discounted rate. So again, if that person maybe doesn't understand how big of the activity is, the pest infestation is. They might be just spot treating one little area, but they have a much larger issue where it costs them a lot more to have to go and do all these individual different things versus just signing up for your service, and you guys kind of take care of everything, and as other things appear, you're covered with that as well. So explain that as well when someone wants to do it themselves. So it's still a great market because they understand that they should be doing pest control. They want to be proactive, so they already get it. So it should be an easier sale if you go in with this mindset and talk about how your products and services can really complement what they're doing. So again, hopefully you guys got value out of this video. If you did, feel free to comment and share. And then again, if you are in pest control marketing, there's a lot more objections and concerns than just somebody that does it on their own. So if that's the case, you're struggling with that, be sure to head on over to d2dmillionaire.com. You can just enter your name and email, and you're going to get access to our free video training on how to overcome the 8 most common concerns and objections in pest control sales. So stuff like, I need to talk to my spouse, I want to think about it, just don't have the money right now, I'm not even seeing pests, and a few more objections as well, and learn exactly what to say in those situations so you can still make the sale. So again, get access to that over at d2dmillionaire.com, and just enter your name and email for that free video training. But thanks again for tuning in. We'll talk to you more soon.